goal for the kids is for them to come and experience their own personal relationship with Jesus. And in order to do that, we have to create an environment that allows them to learn and to really be excited about it. So everything that we do, we have one big main idea every single week. And everything that we do, we point to that one big idea. So through our games, through our small groups, through our Bible lesson, through our worship, through everything that we're putting together, it all points back to that one big idea. And so we are high energy, and then there's times of lows where we're bringing it down to be serious, and then back up again. So it's pretty crazy.
Everyone says, Amen. Woo! He is a rock star. All right, let's take a look at what our big idea for is today. Everyone stand up on your feet. When Mom or Dad say, what are we talking about? Kids?
What's the big idea?
We're going to go like this. Ready? Disciples of Jesus use their gifts to help others.
Children's ministry is important to the church because it's not only about the family unit. As those kids grow up, they become a vital, important part of the church moving forward.
In order for us to do what we do, we have an incredible team. We have coordinators who are in charge of recruiting and training teachers. We have our small group leaders in our elementary age group. They help every single week make kids feel welcome. They're also crowd control. They teach the kids for about 10 to 15 minutes in a small group setting based on their age group. We have graders and check-in people who help to get the kids where they need to go. We have nursery, we have toddler, we have preschool teachers. So it literally takes a village to make Sunday mornings happen.
When you have that kiddo that you feel like you have been pounding the same lesson into week after week after week, and you get to the last lesson or even 2 or 3 lessons into the next series, and all of a sudden the light bulb clicks. And he's just like, Miss Michelle, I remember this. And he'll say something simple and be like, Jesus died on the cross and he had nails in his hands. The fact that they remember it and it's starting to sink in, and all those little words are being held in their hearts, that's just, at that young of an age, at 2, 3, 4, before they even get to Jen in kids' church, to see all of those little seeds being sown and growing at this point is pretty awesome.
In our services, kids are encouraged to participate on stage in worship. They help with the games. We use them in skits. We use them as part of the Bible story, because the more that we can incorporate them into what we're doing, the more that they're going to be paying attention. They love to see their friends up on stage, and they love to volunteer. So having them a part of our service and have it be interactive is really important in order to learn. I love when kids realize Jesus is, because if you think about it, my job is to teach them to believe and to feel something that they can't see, and so I have to be really creative with it and letting them know that God is here, even though they can't feel Him in a touch sense, even though they can't see Him like the physical person in front of us. And when they understand the love that God has for them, and it becomes their personal relationship with Jesus instead of basing it off of mom and dad's, and when they understand what they believe and why they believe it, and they choose to believe it on their own, then that, to me, is extremely rewarding.
Christian radio, maybe put it in big service, but we're talking about how no matter what, we need Him. We can't do it on our own. And I want you to think about that as you sing this song. And think of all the times that God has been there for you in your life. All the blessings that you have are because of Him. And when we lift our hands in worship, we're saying, God, I need you. I can't do this on my own. And I'm thinking about that, because I could just raise my hand and sing a song, but I'm not worshiping, right? If I'm just copying someone like, oh, everyone raise my hand, I'll raise my hand, right? I could sing happy birthday and raise my hand and close my eyes. Am I worshiping? No. It's what I'm thinking about as I'm singing these songs to Jesus. I'm thinking about those things and saying, God, right now, in this moment, I'm not going to pay attention to anyone else around me. I'm going to focus on you, and I'm going to give everything that I have to you because you gave it to me in the first place. And that's how we raise our hands and say, God, I can't do it. I'm going to just let you do it. So I want you guys thinking about those things as we sing this next song.
I would say when kids start to act on their faith, you see them step out of their comfort zone and do things that they know that they wouldn't be able to do on their own, but they're trusting God to help them. When they go on missions trips and they're ministering to peers, when they are earning money to give to missions, they're giving above and beyond themselves. When they're inviting their friends to church, when they're praying for their friends and family who are sick or who don't know Jesus, when they have that faith, it's extremely cool to see the way that they're just letting God use them and how excited they are about it.
What's fun about camp? Well, everything really, except for the mosquitoes. I like about Kids Church is that you get to hang out with your friends that you can't see a lot, that you get to learn a lot more about Jesus, and the store because I like getting like this or something like that. I like that you just get to spend time with friends, learn about Jesus, and you get to be yourself, even if that means you have to be crazy, and the Girl Scout.
I look at it like we are helping them make the most important decision in their life. We're educating them, but we're also helping them make that life-changing decision to live for Christ. It's really a matter of life and death, and the choices that they make. And so preparing them for what it's going to be like is just, it's awesome. I initially wanted nothing to do with kids. I worked with youth and I thought there's no way. But I always had an inkling to work with them. I worked in the nursery, I helped my mom do stuff. But it wasn't until I was pregnant with my third that we started really helping in kids ministry, and God started opening the doors and opening my eyes, and I really started to see the value in kids and just how amazing they are and how they needed to hear about God and they needed someone to invest in their lives, because when they got to me at the youth level or even adults, there's so many of them who were so broken and who just didn't even know who Jesus was and how he could be in their life. And the earlier that we get to work with them, the better, because it just, when they're 8, 9, even 5, 6 years old, who know who Jesus is by the time they're teenagers, it's just, they're that much more spiritually mature. But we started working with them, and immediately it was what I wanted to do. I knew that was my calling. What I had been trying to stay away from my entire life is where God brought me right into the middle of it. It's been an amazing journey ever since. He's opened doors as far as leadership and just different areas that we've been able to help in on a higher level, and it's where I love to do and where I'm supposed to be.
The girls' ministry, I think probably as a teenager, I very much wanted to do what God wanted me to do. When missionaries would come, and I would always go to the altar, and I felt God had a call in my life. And I said, I'll go where you want me to go. But he didn't send me off to Africa or China or South America. In his plan, apparently, I was to work with girls, and it has been a blessing, because anything that you do for them, you get blessed back so much that I have just thoroughly enjoyed it. And the kids, you may come tired some nights when I was working, but the girls make it well worth it. I enjoy each minute I'm here and love doing what God has asked me to do. What our church believes in, and in Girls Ministries, that's what we teach. We teach them so they know about salvation, they know about healing, they know about Jesus' life, they know about the Holy Spirit, the baptism of the Holy Spirit. They learn about end-time events, that Jesus is coming back for us. And they learn their books of the Bible, and they learn to read the Bible as a daily plan for their life so they can grow in Him. And there's many things. We learn all about integrity and what they can do to be a good Christian girl. And so it's amazing to work with the kids. They make each week they make it special. I've just been blessed to be able to work with the girls.
You work together for our good. You are loving. You give us more than we.
When you are teaching a merit and the boy finally gets it and understands it, those eyes get this big and they get excited, and things they've never tried before, things they've never done before, things they've never seen. When they learn something new and it clicks, it's wonderful to watch.
Will not be shaken. We will not be silent. Sin is powerless. Our God is for us. Consider all that He has done. Our sin He carried, and by His wounds we've overcome. Now we stand redeemed, and we are more than conquerors. Savior, in You our future is secure. By Your power, we will not be shaken. We will not be silent. Sin is powerless. Our God is for us. We will not be broken. He won't be defeated. Death is powerless. Our God is for us.
Obviously, the eternal rewards, we want every one of these kids to spend eternity in heaven, but just seeing the kids have fun and grow and enjoy themselves, that makes it worth it.
It helped me grow because last summer I raised over $100 for missions for the water wells, and I even had money left over for my mission trip.
Stand up to your feet if you'd like to pray. Let's see, for our offering. This one is coming from the first row.
So I see God working in the kids all across New Life. We have an organization called BGMC, and that stands for Boys and Girls Missionary Challenge. And our focus has been the kids giving the missions to dig water wells in Africa. And we've had several of our students here in this church give to that particular project. And myself, as I watch the flow of money come into the church and go out, I see the children really having a heart for missions and wanting to see the gospel spread through those avenues. It's absolutely wonderful to see them have a heart to really fund missions and overseas, and specifically in Africa this last year.
Missionaries, that's right, and they are going and telling people what this year our project is called Sustain Hope. They teach them how to use just pails like this with some tin, make stoves so they can cook properly. It's really awesome. So that's what we're giving to this year: clean water, clean food, and clean environment for these people.
Makes it worth it is knowing that they are making those decisions and they come forward. They ask Jesus into their heart and they begin to live a life for God. And you see them go on to do something. Every heartache, every problem child, every irritating parent, every late night, every, time of not getting a thank you or feeling unappreciated or taken care of, it makes it all worth it. To see them just use their chance to give for God and believe.
Everyone, come along, grab a friend and join the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody jump. Everybody jump. Everybody jump. Everybody jump. Hey. All I
You have to be a little crazy,
when I think about you, when I think about you,
willing to be outside your comfort zone.
She's very real. And the most important thing to her,
we're gonna jump,
while being a mother of 3 children herself
we're gonna jump,
and a wife, what's most important to her is to point the kids to a personal relationship